What's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, man? Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Drops it underneath for Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Let's go! 3-19!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And that's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Going deep here for Parker. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Stephon Anthony in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jackson from the shotgun. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. first down. Mahomes finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Powering his way forward. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Collins. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson is going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent, that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. He dumps it off to Drake. Space to maneuver at the 40. A nice gain at 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here we go now.
Mahomes now on first down. Steps away to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And here he's got Graham. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football. But you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout.
Slow. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. There we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, Scott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1. And just like that, it's third down.
Ace.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Ready, blue 45.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He goes underneath the Drake. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Collins. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the 2nd half of this AFC divisional round. Shifts by him, and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Drake. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On the give, this is Drake. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake from 17 yards out. And the Dolphins are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play.
And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead from 17 yards out. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. First down, Scott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Frank Clark with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. With it is Jackson. looking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. This is Collins on the handoff. And some room to roam now. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Jackson, looking to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Slow. Z.
Mahomes now on 1st down. 20. It's caught. Stills right side. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for the Dolphins. And even 40 yards. Back now in Miami. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Left. Green 90. Green 90. Left.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Green 39.
He'll get it up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now Mahomes. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Jackson now to return. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 96 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Now it's Jackson. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And out come the Dolphins now. They'll run on first down. Scott, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to look deep down and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. This time the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, you know, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gone!
Jackson from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And this time, not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. To throw again is Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Mahomes now on the sneak. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th.
Left, 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 left. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes going deep here for Stills. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Ace, ace.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Cannon Balaj. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Now Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And they will take a knee here. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. One last shot for Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Their coaching staff, they were pretty